as usual.
Yeah. Me too.
Good evening and welcome to the Veneto Stadium in Bulleen. Another Monday night fixture, which is what we love in the Women's Premier League. And we're looking forward to tonight's clash, which is an important game for both teams. Certainly for South Melbourne, who are fifth on the table going into tonight's game. They've got a game in hand. That match against Heidelberg, of course, washed out, and that'll be played next month. Heidelberg are in fourth position, having played 20 games. And this will be South Melbourne's 21st tonight, and South Melbourne are 2 points behind them. So they need to win this game. Their form in recent weeks a little bit up and down, a win, a draw and a loss to Calder. Everyone's getting beaten by Calder comfortably at the moment, 5-1. While Bulleen are in outstanding form. They've won their past four, and they've actually had 4 clean sheets to give them 11 for the season, and they've also scored 18 goals in the past 4 weeks. They've had one top 4 team, Heidelberg, and the other teams they've beaten, 6th place Box Hill, and the bottom 2 sides in senior NTC. After a poor first half, they scored 3 goals in the second half, and they put Southern to bed last week in the first half, the first 35 minutes when they got right on top, scoring 6 goals. They might have been a little bit disappointed with the second half. I thought Southern defensively were a lot better in the second half, but they still won 9-0. Big match tonight for Leah Privatelli. She'll get another opportunity probably in the second half, coming on as a sub, having played her first match, 15 minutes last week, coming back from an Achilles injury. Emily Shields, the number 1 goalkeeper, returns tonight after going home to her homeland America for a few weeks. As for South Melbourne, they've got injuries galore with their goalkeeper. Erin Hudson suffered a bad injury, an arm injury last week in that physical clash, or shoulder injury last week in that physical clash against Calder. And the number 1 goalkeeper is out of the side. The number 2 goalkeeper has decided to pull out of soccer. So an interesting move by South Melbourne tonight. They're a young team. Is that Kelsey Minton, who's their leading goal scorer with 15, one of 13 goal scorers for South Melbourne. She'll be the goalkeeper tonight in a different role for her, despite being a striker for most of the season. So it'll be fascinating how she performs tonight. Third match in for Natalie Martineau, originally from Canada, now an Australian resident. And the more game time she gets, the better she'll be, of course, for South Melbourne, number 10. Look forward to seeing how she performs tonight as well. And Margot Rabin, right in front of me here, was a star last week for Bulleen, scoring on 4 occasions, I should say. She scored 5 times so far since joining them from Southern a month ago. So away we go. Iramano and now Dolzan. There's no Natoli again tonight for Bulleen. And now a through ball comes in from South Melbourne to the top of the area. Good defence by Bulleen as there's a shot, but Emily Shields is good enough to be at the left hand upright, and she comfortably takes it. As South made the first move forward from Cindy Lay, and a high ball. They're still inside their attacking half at the moment, South Melbourne. Olivia Edwards tries to get it towards the attacking half of Bulleen. Sarah Kane, the holding midfielder, who's been so productive. Now to Iramano out on the right-hand side. Iramano, though, kicks into bodies, and it will be a Bulleen ball in the opening minute. No scores yet. They've played each other twice this year, and 1 win apiece for both teams. Earlier in the season, South Melbourne, and the second time round was Bulleen. South now have possession, but it's stopped midfield by Kane. Has to go back now to Morrison, the central defender who loves to control things and issue instructions as she controls the ball. Now to Olivia Edwards down the left-hand side. Her pass is wide to Rabin. Rabin now under some pressure, hemmed in a bit. Has to go back to Edwards to try and open it up. Edwards now will shoot. Nice long ball, which has the player offside. Unfortunately for the Bulleen team, that was Zafaridis, and it is over the byline at the northern end. And the 2-man cheer squad for South Melbourne here again tonight. We should hear the banging of the drums a little bit later. Always had a lot of entertainment for the 5th place South Melbourne, who were the team that won the Premier's Plate in this competition last year. As Minton will inbound, and she'll go long and high, reasonably flat, still inside the defensive half. South now in possession. Good play. Papazanis, the teenager, but stopped at halfway by Edwards. Still back in the defensive half of the home team, Bulleen and Kane. Came back to Morrison. Morrison now stopping and propping. Held up a little bit by Sakalis. Has to go out wide to Dolzan, and a new role for her in recent weeks in defence. She'll go through with a nice ball, but volleyed away comfortably by Paraki. Paraki starting. Now Haratzis in there as well, but getting across and putting it over the sideline is Minton, and it will be Bulleen's ball from the side. I should say Haratzis, Paraki, one of the players starting as a sub. 33 Haratzis, 34 Paraki. A big loss for South tonight as their very tall defender, Leah Varley, a youngster as well, but always adds a lot of solidity to that team. As running out of room, unfortunately, Bulleen around that outer side through Zafaritas. South had the last touch, and again it'll be a Bulleen ball, not far from where the byline and the sideline meet. Throw in, attacking it hard Quigley, but had it run down, and it'll go back over the byline again, and Iramano's there. Nice ball, Quigley volleys it on cleverly to the edge of the area, cleared by the South defence, still inside the penalty area. They get a hurry boot to ball, and now they'll look to try and clear. Jessica Tay goes down the left-hand side. Through ball now. Martineau. Tay again. Back to Martineau. Can't get much boot on ball just outside the penalty area. South in attack. Bulleen getting numbers back. The most offensive team in the comp. Turnover as South tried to switch it. Rabin couldn't control the volley. Martineau's there. Very good on the ball. Former Canadian goes back now. To Tay, looks to take them on. She scored 8 times this year. Slides it wide now. Player offside. Just as South was starting to approach on the left-hand side on the penalty area. And it will be a Bulleen ball to be taken just outside the defensive penalty area for them. Good play, Dolzan. But the ball will only find Haratzis, who'll go back to the goalkeeper, Minton. He'll take it at the top of the box. Minton now straight down the middle. Has scored 15 goals as a striker this year. The header from Dolzan goes the wrong way. South in pursuit. Running out of room, Pollock. She takes it now just on the edge of the area. Has to zigzag around a couple of opponents. Iramano does well to pick a pocket. She gets it back, though. It's close towards the penalty area. Player brought down, I thought maybe illegally for South, but the ref lets it go. And again, good play by Morrison to control it for Bulleen. Quigley inside the defensive half. Kane. Now Cernio. Cernio, a good ball. Finds Rabin. Rabin inside the attacking half, a through ball again. Here's Quigley at the top of the penalty area. Has the goalkeeper to beat, but in the end the defenders got back nicely and got a couple of boots on that and put it over the byline. It will be the first corner of the night. And Dolzan is the corner taker. No Cassie Carmen tonight for Bulleen, and she gives them a lot of strength down back, reliability down back. She's been very good in recent weeks in that role, as they've had 4 matches in a row where they've had a clean sheet. Low ball towards the penalty area, but it's cleared at the back by South. And then kicking into bodies, it goes over the byline, and it will be a goal kick for South Melbourne, defending at the northern end. No scores yet. We've played nearly 6 minutes. Holly Richmond playing in defence tonight for South. Number of players in orange boots. Sarah Richardson, one of them. Holly being another. Hayley, I should say, being another, and it's over the sideline. And in possession, South Melbourne still inside the defensive half. Having to go back, Tay, and then kicking into bodies, Bulleen, but they keep it well inside their attacking half. So doing a lot of the attacking, monopolisation of possession inside the first 10 minutes. And it's 0-0. Melanie Camilleri, who's been pretty solid all year for Bulleen, starting as a sub tonight. And again, Bulleen able to keep it inside their attacking half, but once again, South Melbourne will win possession. So again, Bulleen doing what they're very good at, getting players back. Only a couple, Caitlin Friend being one of those and Quigley being the other, inside their attacking half. Although Rabin's been told to move up by Cernio. Three pretty good players, goal scoring wise. That's why Camilleri is starting on the bench. Sakalis receives and then might lose it. Friends with it, trying to take it off. Sakalis does well and she's brought to ground. Pretty physical challenge by Caitlin Friend of Bulleen. And a South Melbourne free kick. In their defensive half. Ball to halfway. Sakalis controls it. Now inside their attacking half. Good ball this time. Here's an opportunity for Lay. Lay now. Can she beat Morrison? She shoots but didn't get enough on it. Just rolls it along the turf and it's comfortably scooped up at the back by Shields. She got a bit hemmed in. Morrison was on goal side inside the penalty area. And she should have really put more elevation on that, and she didn't. Now, Bulleen have it. Quigley, terrific trap, but they've got numbers at the back again, and they managed to take it back through. Papatsanis does well, belying her tender years, plays like a very experienced player, back into play by Minton, but headed down by Morrison at halfway. Thought there might have been handball against Iramano, who got it to Friend. And now to Kane, and now towards Edwards down the left-hand side, a looping ball, but it'll bounce comfortably just outside the box for Minton. He'll throw it comfortably now. And Shelby Green has it, and then kicks into bodies. Good defence by Bulleen to again keep it inside their attacking half, in front of our commentary position. Tried to get it to Martineau, couldn't trap it, turnover, but a free kick to go South Melbourne's way. Challenge not seen as being in the rules from the ref and taken at the back by Shelby Green. Another player came from Bayside, Margot Rabin and Vlahopoulos, who's on the bench for South Melbourne. Lobs it, not a good pass at all, intercepted by Sarah Kane, trying to get it off of Sakalis. Goes back now to Dolzahn. Dolzahn in defensive mode, now gets it inside the attacking half, but too long for Friend. Taken by Sakalis. She turns it over. Good play by Bulleen's Iramano. And now Kane. And now Cernio. But again, both defences good at the back. Good play Green. She got it to Aratzis. Aratzis to halfway. To Tay. Tay trying to control it. Has trouble controlling it. Has to go wide. And it'll nearly go out, but it's kept in by South. Backheel pass. And they've got it on halfway. Jessica Lay again with the ball. Little pass down the left-hand side. Under pressure. 2-on-1 in favour of Bulleen. Iramano eventually winning it. Tried to get it to Quigley. She's got two opponents around her. One of them is Pollock, the captain of South, and goes back now to Aratzis, who'll control it again. Little ball back to Pollock. And then it's kicked into bodies in front of the social club rooms at the Veneto Club, right on halfway. It's still 0-all, and we've played 10 minutes in this vital game between 2nd and 5th. Round 22. Kane. Good through ball by Jessica Lay. And in the end, Bulleen take it back to Shields in her first game for a month after taking a break. Good ball now to Friend. That was a nice pass. Down the right-hand side. Ember shoots. Zafaridis, but she's not goal side. And Papazanis does well to push it back to Minton, the goalkeeper. Gets it down to Martineau. And then back again inside the box. They'll drive it along the defence of South Melbourne. Under some pressure is Richardson. Trying to keep her honest is Edwards. And now she gets the ball towards Green. Green manages to turn Rabin inside out, leaves her in a wake, and now she approaches halfway, but Kane, comes across her path, coolly, calmly and collectively, magnificently, but then the pass to Quigley was run down. Good defence by Green. Both defences look good at the moment. They're in sync. Pass back to Richardson. Richardson now to Aratzis. Aratzis goes halfway. Turnover though by Dolzahn. Got a little boot on it out to Kane. Kane's ball's a good one to Zafaridis. Tried to get it to Friend. Friend shoves off her opponent, which is Lay on this occasion. The two number 6s. Caitlin Friend missed last week. Back in tonight. Back now to Dolzahn. in towards the middle of the pitch, and now Morrison gets inside the attacking half. Kane passes it on to Morrison, who kept running down the right-hand side. Long ball inside the penalty area, headed away nicely by the defence of South Melbourne, and Richardson under some pressure from Rabin, kicks into Rabin. Rabin controls it again, a good contest. They both nearly lose their footing, and Richardson wins it. Well done, Sarah Richardson of South. Got it to Green, back to Richardson, just outside the penalty area, defending at the northern end. Good inside ball to Lay. Lay now looking to build. South on the march, down the left-hand side, sharing it nicely. Pollock receives, goes back to Haratzis, the central defender. As we said, no Leavali tonight for South Melbourne. And then defensively by Green, gets it wide again. Pollock down the left-hand side. That pass is okay, almost turned over though. Pollock is there to lend support again. Lay will switch into the middle of the park. Still inside the defensive half of Ratsis. Controls it, lobs it long. Getting back Morrison, couldn't get the header. Great play, Martineau! Martineau scores because the goalkeeper had left her line. Morrison couldn't get the header in, and Martineau with her second goal of the season, an injury hit year. She has lobbed it over the goalkeeper, Emily Shields. Might be a little bit out of touch. She left the line. She wasn't able to read the flight of the ball. South Melbourne won. Bulleen yet to score. Great start by the visitors. We played 13 minutes in a vital game for them tonight. Well, the loudspeaker has said Jamie Pollock, but I'm absolutely sure it was Martineau that scored that goal. Jamie Pollock is playing at left back at the moment. She's certainly there, but she's definitely not up the ground. So it was a goal scored by Martineau. I know I need to get my eyes tested, but I was pretty confident it was Martineau that scored the goal. It's thank you. I've got a couple of supporters helping me out here. Whew. I'm perspiring profusely. Thank you guys for that. Down the left-hand side goes South again. An opportunity. They're attacking hard. And the defensive Bulleen not as good as it could be. Players are going at the ball together. Normally they're in sync. They normally tell each other who's going and who's not going. And there are a couple there inside the penalty area in Edwards and Morrison. And they both tried to get their boot on that. In the end, Morrison clears it. They get it back again through Martineau. Finds Richardson, who scored 12 goals this year. Edwards keeping her honest at the top of the penalty area. Attempts to slide it wide. Couldn't get involved. Friend goes back out again. Good play by South to sort of control it. Hollingsworth involved, and now it's Richmond, but she turns it over at midfield. And then gets it back, though, because Rabin couldn't get a decent touch on it. They look the better team at the moment, South, hence why they're leading 1-0. 14 minutes played. Sakalis, good play. Hollingsworth back inside the attacking half and almost the penalty area, but headed away by Morrison after she missed it before allowing Martineau to score the goal. And it goes back inside the attacking half once more for Bulleen, but they can't get a lot of decent possession at the moment. South leading 1-0. Their 74th goal of the season, one behind Bulleen at the moment. Kane gets a boot on it. Almost turns it over. Good play, Hollingsworth. Players working hard. On the outer side, in front of the pavilion, and Pollock was stripped of it as Friend receives from Kane. Rabin now might get a chance here, doing battle with Green, who tried to knot it down, lost it, regained it, back to Lay bursting away through a couple of opponents. They were flat-footed, and that's a nice through ball looking for Hollingsworth, but coming out Shields, thrusts her boot into it, the goalkeeper, gets it down, almost trapped by Zafaridis. It goes close to the line, she keeps it alive, but she went defensively, back to Shields. Last time she played, she conceded 4 goals. In the last month, they haven't conceded a goal, but she is their number one keeper, of course. Rabin, back now towards Morrison, striving hard through the middle of the park, meeting a late Richardson. That ball's not great. They get numbers back. Papazanis, the teenager, does well. Got it down to Richmond. Back again to Papazanis. And they burst away again. Out the left-hand side. That's close to the line and over the line. A little bit astray, that pass by South Melbourne. And Dole's arm with the ball as Bulleen chasing the game at the moment, down 1-0. We've played 17 minutes. And now Morrison taking it outside the penalty area. Dabs a little ball to Kane. the hard-working holding midfielder. A pass almost had too much on it for Cernio. Tries to get it now towards Zafaridis. Zafaridis is close to the sideline. Good ball to Quigley. Back to Zafaridis. Just gets it inside the penalty area, but South doing well, getting numbers back to help their standing goalkeeper, Kelsey Minton, tonight, playing a role she doesn't normally play. But I spoke to the coach before the game. He seemed confident she could fulfil the role, especially with the defenders lending support. Green is involved. Richardson back now to Horatzis inside the penalty area. Lobs it towards halfway, but Morrison will chop it off. She's camped right on halfway. Passes now towards Dolzahn. Back inside the attacking half. Quigley's after it. The keeper comes out and beats Quigley. It was a good battle. She was inside the penalty area. She foots it away. Controlled by Sakalis now. Almost at midway for South Melbourne. She tried to switch it. Headed away by Edwards. Turnover now. Bulleen's Rabin runs onto it now. Putting pressure on Harris Green. Turns her inside out. She'll shoots. But a magnificent stop on the left-hand side. It looked like it was going to miss anyway. And it was almost going to hit the left-hand upright. But Minton was there to stop it. Last week, Rabin was outstanding, scoring 4 inside the first 25 minutes. But that was the first legitimate shot for Bulleen tonight. A trail 1-0 after 18. Turnover at midfield for Bulleen. Morrison, Rabin a through ball, but Friend couldn't get on the end of that and getting back to help Minton out. South's defence very good. And they'll look to get going again through Pollock. Pollock driving hard. Gets it to Richardson now. Richardson is onside, heading down the right-hand side. Edwards will have to get goal side on her. Comes inside the penalty area. Oh, it hits the crossbar. It was a magnificent strike from a long way out by Sarah Richardson, who knows where the goals are, but just had a bit too much elevation and height on it. And it is over the byline. And Emily Shields a little bit at sea in her comeback match tonight. Could have been 2-0 South. It's 1-0. That shot almost on target after 19 minutes. So Martineau, the goal scorer, in the 13th minute. And it is 1-0. As they've conceded their 15th goal of the season, Bulleen, they've been the most miserly team in regard to concession of goals all year. And along with Calder, have the most number of clean sheets, 11. South have 5. Could be 6 if they manage to win tonight and get a vital 3 points and move back to 4th on the table. Hollingsworth turns it over inside the attacking half, but only gets it as far as Edwards. Edwards now lobbing it long down that right-hand side. They get numbers back again, and good play by Pollock, who's been terrific playing in that defensive role tonight. Normally plays a holding midfielder's role, but with Varley out, she's had to go to a back roll. Oh, Horatzis instead it turned over by Quigley, who shoots. Oh, it hits the left-hand goalpost. And then Quigley gets it back again. That was poor play as Horatzis was flat-footed and Quigley pinched her pocket. And unfortunately for her and Bulleen, it hit the left-hand goalpost. But I think she almost had the goalkeeper Minton beaten. And luckily for South Melbourne, they don't concede a goal. But Horatzis just a bit slow in reacting to the ball coming from the goalkeeper outside the penalty area. They nearly pay for their sins in South Melbourne. Nearly is the operative word. We're in the 21st minute. They're inside their attacking half though, Bulleen. Edwards sharing it with Friend. Edwards will switch it to the right-hand side. A chase on now for Zafaridis. But Pollock gets in the right position. Wants that ball to go out as Bulleen was the last team to have it. But that was good play by Zafaridis to fight hard to try and ensure that South had the last possession, but in the end she did. So South win possession. Martineau, the goal scorer, arrives. Good to have it back for South Melbourne after missing nearly 4 months with a knee injury. The Canadian international also played high level in America. Good play by Lay. Goes right across the face. Green has it now. Little ball to Richardson. Richardson inside the defensive half. Good ball to Sakalis. Back to Richardson. Working hard now at the back with Pollock. The skipper. Her through ball is okay. Will it be controlled by Hollingsworth? A couple to beat. Friend. Not as quick as Hollingsworth. Good play by Hollingsworth to get it to Green. Green said, come at me, girls. Has to go back now. Horatzis, a bit flat-footed. She realises she's got to go. She's a bit indecisive. She nearly turns it over. In fact, Edwards gets a boot on it for Bulleen, and it's going to be a Bulleen ball just inside the defensive half as they defend at the southern end. Down 1-0. So Morrison with the ball. almost at halfway. 22 minutes played. She heads out to the right-hand side. Iramano coming late. Headed away, though, by Pollock. Only as far as Kane, who traps it. Gets it to Friend. Tried to get it to Cernio. Couldn't get much on it. Good play by Zafaridis, but pushed off it by Papazanis, who, as I said, is magnificent for a 15-year-old, the way she uses her body, and she wins that contest for South. Pollock gets it back again. Down the left-hand side for South. They've got numbers, those still inside their attacking half. Bulleen. Iramano back to Dolzan. And now Kane arrives late. Tries to get the pass through, couldn't. Good defence by South once again. Trying to keep it alive, lay, and she does. On halfway, Morrison's there, and she'll boot it long. A little bit haphazardly, Kayla Morrison, one of the US imports for Bulleen. It bounces around, and it's headed down again. Attacking it hard, Kane. Trying to get in the road is Richmond, and she does get in the road, but it's been deemed that she actually has given away a free kick because it was handball, but I'm not sure it was handball. I think it was a little bit high, wasn't it? It seemed like it was a little bit high. Below the bicep is normally the call, but it didn't seem like it was below the bicep. Good play by Dolzan. It was a nice free kick that she took, but she's hoping someone might head it inside the penalty area. A little bit disorganised, Bulleen, comfortably taken by Minton, and now she gets it towards Hollingsworth, who bursts down this right-hand side, but her ball can't find Martineau getting on the end of it, and it's scooped up at the back by Shields. This time she doesn't overcook it like she did, allowing Martineau to score the first goal. 24 minutes played. Off the side of the boot for Emily Shields. As I said, lacking a bit of touch at the moment. Friend is beaten. Martineau attacks it. South have it inside the attacking half. Leading 1-0. They look to build again. Richardson tries to get it to Sakalis. Kicks into bodies. Edwards is there. Drives it long, but no one at the back for Bulleen. It's all blue shirts. Haratza says it's yours, Jamie, but it goes a bit further to Kelsey Minton. The goalkeeper tonight back out to Pollock. Playing to her own advantage. Down the left-hand side. Long ball again. Martineau out of position, getting goal side and protecting the goalkeeper as the defender for Bulleen Dolzan. And Shields again with her team down 1-0. Long ball, headed down cleverly by South Melbourne inside their attacking half. Jessica Lay, she headed it and then she tried to volley it on. Bulleen wins it inside their defensive half. Good play, Zafaridis. Back now towards Shields. Controlled by Friend. I should say Dolzan to Friend. Friend, though, couldn't control it. Iramano does well to get it. That's a good ball. Got it from Iramano. Now Quigley back defensively towards Morrison. Through ball to Rabin, who controls it at pace. Now Kane inside the attacking half. At halfway, though, she turns it over, Sarah Kane. She thought I'd better go back and make amends and get the ball back. Her second attempt wasn't much better. And now they've got it again through Lay. She'll switch to Hollingsworth. Won't get that far. Chopped off by Edwards at halfway for Bulleen. Then headed down by Richmond. Waiting for it, Green. Bouncing away from Rabin and Green. Ball's in dispute. And the ref believes that Green was impeding Rabin, who got a bit of a whack to the ear. So it was a bit of match simulation from Margot Rabin. Saw her, allegedly anyway, a couple of times for Bayside earlier in the season, go down, and I wasn't sure there was much contact. But anyway, she gets up. They take the free kick, Bulleen. They slide it inside their attacking half. Iramano has nothing on offer because South have got all those blue jumpers back. So Kane has to go back defensively, and she's put under tremendous pressure by huffing and puffing and harassing Sakalis, forcing them to go very back to Iramano. This is great defence by South Melbourne. Iramano, though, stripped of it. Two players, Martineau and Sakalis, win it. Now they're inside the attacking half, South, leading 1-0. That pass not great. Quigley arrives, gets it to Kane. Kane gets it to Friend. Can they build now, Bulleen? They're breaking down when they get inside their attacking half. South have good numbers. Ball towards Rabin. Missed by Rabin, and I think Green got a little touch on it as she came across their path. They're just slightly hesitant, Bulleen. They're not attacking it like they normally do. They're not as proactive as they normally are. Looking at it from my eyes, they just are waiting for things to happen. And South are certainly on the attack, and they're the more proactive team, as it will be taken by Olivia Edwards, wearing the very bright green boots. And her team at the moment, Down 1-0 inside the penalty area. Quigley had 2 to beat, and South win the contest. To Sakalis now. Sakalis switches. That's a very good ball. Down the left-hand side, Richardson. Goes back now. They work hard. Papazanis turned over by Iramano and the red boots for Bulleen. Now to Friend. This is more promising. Friend shoves off a couple of opponents. Gets it to Quigley. Can she get past Minson? She can, but she couldn't control it. But I think it's a penalty. It's a penalty. She goes down inside the box. There might have been a touch by Minton. There certainly was as she attacked it. She thought, I'm going to take this on. And then Quigley came after her and in her endeavours to jump over her and not make much contact. I think Quigley's made contact with her, but really there wasn't a lot in it, but just enough. Technically it's in the rules, but was it a proper penalty? I'm not sure. But anyway, Quigley doesn't normally miss. Bulleen hoping to make it 1-1, looking for a 20th goal of the season. Minton under pressure, can't do much about that. She puts it in the right-hand corner. She was unsure which way to go. She started to go right, then she went left, and in the end Quigley puts it away comfortably. It's 1-1, a penalty thanks to Quigley, and South Melbourne scored in the 13th minute, Bulleen scoring in the 28th. But again, minute touch, I would have thought. But as an old scorer that I worked with for a long time in my media career, Jack Cameron, the late great Jack Cameron would say it's in the scorebook. Richardson will get it straight away. Down the right-hand side, Morrison putting pressure on her. Can she come inside the box? But well done by Morrison to concede a corner. Came across her pass. She stayed goal side the whole way, Kayla Morrison, and puts it over the byline. Corner kick for South Melbourne to be taken by Hayley Richmond. So Aaron Hudson, the number 1 goalkeeper out for South tonight. Leah Varley as well. And Alexandra Natoli, still on holidays. One of the star defenders for Bulleen. Good deep corner kick, headed away. A chance now for Hollingsworth. It stopped on the edge of the box, and also the goalpost got in the road as well on a couple of occasions. And a bit of scrambling by both teams, and in the end, luckily for Bulleen, that right-hand goalpost helped, as it could have nearly been 2-1, as their defence was a bit disorganised once again. It was a good deep corner taken by Richmond. And it remains at 1-1. Remembering, though, Bulleen have had a couple of shots that have also hit that woodwork. So it's a good contest as now Rabin receives inside the penalty area. She shoots, but she goes wide on the left-hand side. Opponents around her did pretty well to get plenty of purchase on it, but not accurately. Still 1-1 in the 30th minute. So good contest. South, who won the Premier's Plate last year, Bulleen, who won the championship. South not having as good a year as they'd like. They've been a bit inconsistent, but they're going to win this down the left-hand side. The racehorse, Hollingsworth, how good is she? Dolzan's there with her, wants to turn her inside out, passes to the top of the area. Sakalis looking to control it, under pressure from Kane. Back to Hollingsworth. And Rabin gets involved, but it's pushed back by Martineau. Again towards Hollingsworth. Now Sakalis, opponents near her, just outside the penalty area. Kane got a little ball on that. Good defensive work by Bulleen. That was better. Now Cernia on the counter-attack. Good little backheel pass by Quigley. And to Rabin. Down the right-hand side. Taken on this occasion by Zafaridis, but she's running out of room. Good defence by Papazanis. And I keep singing her praises how young she is, but she just plays that role so well. Centering ball by Zafaridis. Quigley back, has to backheel it with a couple of opponents around her. Kane arrives. Friend couldn't get there. Getting there, Richardson for South. She'll win it for them. Still inside the defensive half. Got a little pass out to Lay. Lay will switch it towards the left-hand side to Hollingsworth. Still in the defensive half. It's 1-1. She goes down that left-hand side. Richardson runs for her in front of the pavilion. Almost had it turned over. Good shoving by Dolzan to make her work for it. Again, South push it on again, but it's off bodies and will ricochet to the back, and Shields will set up for Bulleen. Remains at 1-1. Shields has got Edwards on her own. She traps it to her own advantage. Makes it halfway. There's a South Melbourne player down on the far side. in front of where the players enter to go to the change rooms near the pavilion here at the David Barlow Stadium at the Veneto Club, Bulleen, in the northeastern suburbs of Melbourne. That's why we have to stop play. It is Sarah Richardson. So it'll go back to halfway. And we'll get a little bit of injury time here. It will be a South Melbourne ball through green, but we'll start again at the back. Complete stop in play, and we'll reset for Shields. Little pass to Kane inside the defensive half. Martineau harassing her. Good pass down the right-hand side to Iramano inside the attacking half now. Iramano, though, has three opponents around her, and Papazanis does well to get it back to Pollock. Pollock now in the direction of Papazanis again, almost turned over. Richardson, they got a little boot on it to save the day to beat Rabin. Now she passes down that left-hand side in pursuit, Richardson, but good play at the back by Dolzahn to push it back to Shields. Shields a high ball, trapped by Rabin momentarily, got support from Iramano, trying to keep it in and eventually pushed over the sideline of South ball. Really good contest this, and South taking it right up to Bulleen. Played each other twice this year, both teams have had a victory. The South doing well, a very good scoring team, a young team, not as settled as they'd want to be. As they get it back inside their attacking half, it's kept alive, but Bulleen push it over the sideline. South have it again, just outside their penalty area through Sarah Richardson. Has to go back now to Hollingsworth. Down the left-hand side to Martineau. Martineau not able to control it. So goal kick again, and it will be taken by Emily Shields. Or is it a free kick? No, it's a free kick. Dolzahn, who's the set-piece player at the moment, rolls inside the attacking half. Quigley's there. She rolls it on nicely. Plenty of pace on that pass, allowing Iramano to run onto it and not have to break stride. Iramano goes down, and there certainly was no connection. Great turnover by South Melbourne in the midfield, just inside their defensive half. That was wonderfully played by Papzanis. Brilliant play by her again. Got it to Richmond, back to Papzanis, now to Haratzis, who's been a little bit slow tonight in being able to connect with the ball and also with her pace, but she does well then, but it's lobbed straight to Kane, who didn't have enough support. Turned over brilliantly by Richardson, but then Iramano gets it back and goes back defensively to Shields. There's a lot of work to do tonight with the team at 1-1 now. Finds Edwards. Edwards left-hand side, in front of our commentary position. Good ball to Quigley. Quigley so good on the ball. Lay keeping her honest. Little pass to Cernio. Pushed it on back to Quigley. Should be turned over though in midfield to Richmond. Richmond for South Melbourne, and taken back by Green to Minton, the goalkeeper. Standing goalkeeper tonight. Will pass to Pollock just inside the penalty area. And we're in the 36th minute. It's 1-1. Pollock, though, kicks into bodies. Opportunity for Zafaridis. Good contest. Zafaridis and Pollock pushing and shoving close to the byline and also the sideline. And it's pushed over the sideline. Great effort by Bulleen to stay in that contest and ensure the ball stays well and truly deep in their attacking half at the northern end. Good contest. So Bulleen hoping to get Natali and also Hall back. And the other key member of their side is Leah Privatali, who missed 8 weeks with an Achilles. She played almost 15 minutes last week, and she'll come on in the second half tonight. As here's a chance for Rabin on the edge of the box and in the penalty area. Players go down. The ref let it go. I think there was a bit of pushing and shoving both parties' behalf. I'm happy with that decision. It's turned over again by Bulleen. By Dolzahn, goes back to Morrison just inside the defensive half. Switching to the left-hand side to Edwards. Edwards has got Quigley on her own. Quigley plays it on immediately to Friend, who couldn't control it. Even though she only missed one game, Caitlin Friend looks horribly out of touch tonight. Just can't control the ball. Turned over by Lay. Lay now gets it nicely to Hollingsworth. Little ball is cut off by Kane at halfway for Bulleen. Parry and thrust here. Tried to get it to Quigley. She arrives as Green was standing flat-footed and was slightly indecisive, Shelby Green, I thought. So Rabin with the free kick to Edwards, back to Rabin. Rabin inside the penalty area. This is dangerous. Can she beat a couple of opponents? Haratzis is there to the top of the 10-yard box, and it's put in. And it's put in beautifully by Zafaridis. Wonderful play by Bulleen. Great work by Rabin as Haratzis got there a bit late. And Rabin was able to set it up, and it's put away comfortably by Zafaridis, their 8th goal of the season. And Bulleen have taken the lead with goals in the 28th and 38th minutes. Just on the edge of the box there. Wonderful goal by Zafaridis, and they lead 2-1. Just starting to get their play going. And lovely ball by Rabin, just controlling the left-hand side, able to work away around opponents. And got the right match-up for her in the end. Good solid defender, Zoe Aritzis, but at times just lacking the pace to go with someone like Margot Rabin. Tonight anyway. Turnover again. Friend through ball. Too long for Quigley. Here's Haratzis. Does well to get a ball out to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth, the quickest player in the team for South. Inside their attacking half now. Lay, I thought she was held on to. That has to be a free kick. She was held on to for a long, long time by Dolzan as Richardson had bolted out the back looking to have a contest one-on-one with Shields inside the penalty area. But a free kick towards halfway for South Melbourne, who are down 2-1. And they must win tonight, otherwise they'll stay in 5th position, 2 points behind Heidelberg. But remembering, the two teams have got a big game coming up next month. A game they have to make up after they had a washout last month on Heidelberg's rain-sodden pitch. Long ball, attempted header by Richardson, did well to get to the right-hand side of the box, the 6-yard box, but unfortunately for her, she was well off balance and not quite looking at the goals, and her shot goes wide. 2-1 lead to Bulleen in the 39th minute. Shields, Morrison, Cernio, Edwards controlling it nicely. Quigley getting in front. Long ballooning ball. South with numbers at the back. Papazanis allowed the ball to get behind her. And the last goal scorer, Zafaridis, was lurking with intent. And it's close to the sideline. Zafaridis keeps it alive on the right-hand side. Where there is Papazanis. Papazanis does well again and puts it over the sideline. She's been a terrific defender tonight. Terrific defender all year. The coach showing tremendous faith in his teenager to allow her to start and play some important minutes down back and do a good job. Ziramano again, close to the byline on the sideline, and it goes over the byline. And it's going to be a corner for Bulleen. Dolzan will take it. Right-hand corner at the northern end. It's 2-1. Both teams have had a couple of shots at both ends, hit the woodwork. Crossbar for South Melbourne. Right hand upright from a set piece from a corner like this. This is a low corner kick, which is intercepted comfortably by Lay. Richmond approaches it and attacks it, but Dolzan takes her on and beats her. Gets it now to Quigley. Good heading by South Melbourne. Standing down was Richardson. And this time a long shot by Bulleen, but good play by Minton as the goalkeeper. She'd be happy with that. That shot was on target. Long ball from outside the penalty area, and she just parried it away. That was a very, very good save by Kelsey Minton, who normally plays as a striker. She reacted to that superbly as it was right in the heart of the goal mouth, and she put it away over the crossbar and over the byline. So another penalty kick, low one. Sort of miskicks it, but cleared right on the goal line by South Melbourne. That was good play on that occasion to get it away. Now headed down by Sakalis. Number of players around this, just outside the penalty area. Quickly slips over. She tried to get boot to ball. Richmond clears it this time. Taken by Hollingsworth. She can't quite control it. Coming the other way was Iramano. She didn't get a great bounce in Mia Hollingsworth for South Melbourne. And Iramano, South controlling the game at the moment, leading possession and also leading on the scoreboard 2-1. At the back, Morrison. Now with Kane. Kane a through ball. Doesn't get very far. Richmond can't control it. Good play at the back by Rabin. And now Dolzan. Oh, bad turnover at halfway. Sakalis wins it from Martineau. Looking to come down the left-hand side after the right-hand side. There were no exits, but Bulleen turn it over again and Rabin wins it back. South's pass is not working at the moment. Good ball to Friend. Friend looking to try and take on Lay. Lay, though, does well to pinch it from her. And then she just stands there thinking, what did I do wrong? Well, you weren't able to get much purchase on it, Caitlin, as Lay gets it back now to Pollock. Good pressing by Bulleen as the pass finds Haritzis, who again was a bit indecisive, as tried to be cleared by South. It was kicked into the body of Richmond. It ricochets back inside the penalty area to Papazanis, and now to Green, and now to Richmond. Just outside the penalty area. Gee, good play by Bulleen, pressing hard here. Haritzis again, just gets it past Caitlin Friend, but she's making a lot of mistakes. Green centres the ball up now to Richmond. Richmond now looking to drive it long, but in the road. Good defence again by Dalzahn, but only as far as Green inside the attacking half. Good pass to Sakalis. He should have been moving. Again, a bit flat-footed. Through ball nearly got to Martineau. Good stopping again, circumvented by Morrison. They've got their defence rocking and rolling now, Bulleen, as it's taken by Dalzahn and Friend, but she turns it over at halfway. Caitlin Friend letting them down with their passing at the moment for Bulleen, as Martineau can't control it over the sideline in front of the Social Club rooms here at the David Barlow Stadium at Bulleen. With the Lions leading 2-0 in the 43rd minute against South Melbourne, who scored first in the 13th minute through Martineau, and then goals in the 28th and 38th minutes for Bulleen. One from Quigley from a penalty, and another one, a lovely piece of play from a tremendous cross from Rabin to Zafaridis. And now Dalzahn, so the defensive half to Kane. That's a better pass now to Zafaridis. Long ball, Iramano. Rabin getting on the right side now. Heads it on. Friend, though, is offside. He had three opponents chasing her as well. But Caitlin Friend definitely offside as she was about to make her way inside the penalty area. Minton. Down now towards Pollock. As the two-man cheer squad for South Melbourne here for every match start to get excited, trying to urge their team on. It will be a Bulleen ball. Again on halfway. Kane, been solid again. Iramano been good. But coming across her path is Lay to again turn it over. But put it over the sideline. On halfway, Iramano, good ball. And again, it's headed away by South Melbourne. As we approach the 45th minute, Bulleen 2, South 1. Almost half time in this big contest. Second playing fifth. South needing to win tonight. Dalzahn through ball. Cernio's on her own. Has a chance, he shoots. Tries to get it towards Rabin, but I think a couple of South Melbourne defenders got boots involved as it wasn't as accurate as she wanted it to be as it slid across the goal face, and South will clear. They dodged a bullet then down the left-hand side, looking for Hollingsworth. But coming across her path, Iramano, superb, puts it over the sideline. Some urgency for South right on half-time. Martineau heads it down. Good to have her back. Here's a chance now for Sakalis. She lobs it to Richardson. Edwards is with her. Gets on goal side, and it might go over the byline. It does, but well done by Edwards as she made sure it only goes over the sideline. The throw back inside the penalty area for South. Kept alive by Richardson. Lays there as well. Under some pressure from the defence. Edwards is keeping her honest. Rabin there as well. Edwards does well and puts it over the sideline once more. In the grandstand where we're broadcasting from. Deep into attack though, South Melbourne at the southern end. It's 2-1. Back into play, Green. Good play, Morrison. Friend is there now. Good little ball. Finds Cernio, but she kicks into the body of Green, still in the defensive half of Bulleen. Got it to Quigley, turned over well by Lay, tackling hard. Got it back now to Pollock. Pollock now to Sakalis. Sakalis does nicely. Martineau involved too. Sakalis, good ball to Richardson. Richardson will shoot, but misses by a long, long way. Right-hand side, couldn't get enough on it. She's on the right-hand side of the penalty area, and she completely miskicked it, Sarah Richardson. Proven goal scorer for South this year as a trail 2-1 right on half-time. Into injury time now. But again, good work by South to challenge hard just inside their attacking half, almost at halfway, to get an opportunity then as Shields goes long. It's trapped by Zafaridis. Iramano, who's very quick. So is Hollingsworth. She takes her on and beats her, but gets good support, Hollingsworth, from Martineau. And over the sideline, the two South Melbourne defenders on this occasion normally play attacking roles, getting back good two-way running. But Bulleen win possession inside their attacking half at the northern end, leading 2-1 right on half-time. Taking it hard, Rabin. Kicks it into bodies, 3-on-1 against her. Bobbles down to Martineau. Good ball. Turnover, though, against South Melbourne. Pollock's there, getting a little ball on that. Iramano. Quigley. Cernio too long and taken at the back by Minton. And that's half-time. Great contest here at the Veneto Club. South scoring in the 13th minute through Natalie Martineau, her second goal this season, in an injury-ravaged year for the star player. And then Bulleen fighting back, getting a penalty. Quigley put it away in the 28th minute, and then a lovely cross by Rabin from the left-hand side. Found a teammate open in Zafaridis, who managed to put it away to get it past the fill-in goalkeeper, Kelsey Minton, who in general's done well, made a great save to a ball on target. And there's been a couple of times where both teams have hit the woodwork, whether it be the left or right-hand uprights or the crossbars at both ends. But Bulleen hold the lead after conceding the first goal. It's 2-1. Back with the second half shortly. Round 22 of the Women's Premier League for Football Victoria. And now Hollingsworth, she lost control of it. And unfortunately, she's not goal side. Iramano's with her. Comes down the left-hand side. Iramano does well to hold her line and win it back. But the pass too long for Zafaridis. Richmond arrives for South to Papazanis and to Pollock inside the defensive half and to Richmond and to Aritzis. Aritzis has it again. She goes wide to the right-hand side and Richmond slightly flat-footed now, wins it for South inside the attacking half. Turns it over though to Kane. Again, a bit reactionary with Sakalis. Down that left-hand side. Too much on it before Cernio could get there. And in front of the South Melbourne coaches box and also the social club rooms here at the David Bardo Stadium at the Veneto Club at Bulleen. 2-1 Bulleen's way. Goals in the 28th and 38th minutes. And South scored first through Natalie Martineau on the 13th. They have to go back. Kicking into bodies. Pollock working hard on this occasion. 2-on-1 against her though with Zafaridis. But Pollock saves the day. Papazanis hearts in mouth stuff this for South. Hollingsworth is there and over the sideline as her opponent doing a good job on her. Iramano ensures South gets possession. Papazanis unsure where to go. Gives it to Hollingsworth even though Iramano's right on her. But she does well to burn her off. Good play by Hollingsworth. Takes on Dalzahn inside the penalty area. Getting back Morrison to the top of the 6-yard box. Richardson's there. But coming across it past Shields. Does well to dive. Richardson was right in her face. Shields showed great courage. Great contest from both teams. And Shields saves the day. Her team up 2-1 Bulleen. As Iramano brings it down the right-hand side. Through ball. Nothing on the end of it. Cleaned up at the back by Minton of South. We'll take a breath again. Pollock, long ball, headed by Rabin, stopped at the back. Good play, Dalzahn. Back to Rabin. The scissor kick once, twice to Kane. Rabin missed it. Taken by Hollingsworth. Still in the defensive half for South. Tries to switch it. Morrison awake to it. Lovely nodder to a team's advantage inside the attacking half. Cernio. Good ball by Edwards, but not controlled cleanly by Bulleen. Cernio taken by Green of South Melbourne. And now to Richmond at midfield. Inside the attacking half to Hollingsworth. On the left-hand side, she lobs it, headed away again. Good defence by Dalzahn at the back. Iramano couldn't keep it alive. Over the sideline. 50 minutes gone. Bulleen 2, South Melbourne 1, as you can see on the screen. Football Victoria's coverage on the live stream of the Women's Premier League. Round 22, the last match of round 22. Off the side of the boot, Richmond. It's been completed over about a 15-week period. Calder played NTC 3 months ago, and both those teams had the week off. Everyone else catching up, although, of course, Heidelberg still a couple of games down, and South Melbourne 1 game down after they had a match washed out. Heidelberg have had 2 matches washed out at Heidelberg. Long ball down the left-hand side. Green is there, but Minton said, I'll clear it, Shelby, and she does, to halfway. Good play by Martineau to trap it, but it goes back the wrong way as far as South's concerned, and offside as that ball was headed down the left-hand side to Cernio from Quigley. It was another exquisite pass from Rachel Quigley, but Cernio was offside. Back to Haritzis. Haritzis working hard to try and get it towards Richardson. Back to Green. Taken at the back by Minton. She'll kick it long again. Doing pretty well. Still inside the attacking half. Well controlled by Rabin. Slides it back to Kane. Kane now towards Zafaridis. 2 opponents right near her. Back to Kane. They have to go defensively. South working hard. Almost an interception for Richardson. But won again by Bulleen's Edwards and Kane and Friend. Friend does well to shove it wide to Cernio. Back towards Friend. But it's over the sideline. Again, it's a Bulleen ball. Just inside the attacking half. Friends there again. Lobs it up to Kane, but taken away from her by Richmond. But Morrison setting a wall. All the Bulleen's players inside the attacking half as she flies long. She kicked a goal from a similar distance a few weeks ago. But on that occasion, very wide indeed, Kayla Morrison. And it's well over the sideline. 2-1 Bulleen leading. Looking for their 5th win in a row. After 4 matches in a row where they had clean sheets. But their work in the last 5 weeks after losing to Calder in a cracking match last month, 4-2, has been 20 goals for and 1 against. That's why they're the most miserly team in the comp. So Minton lobbing it almost to halfway. Header missed by Sakalis at the back. Morrison's header goes a bit astray, but Kane does well to work her way through two opponents a little bit too easily in the end. She should have been overwhelmed. Now under immense pressure, but taking on Martineau and winning the contest, or taking on Green and winning the contest for Cernio. She nearly turns it over as Friend has a pot shot from well outside the penalty area, but that sails right across the face and over the byline again. She's trying to kick through bodies a bit as well, Caitlin Friend. 2-1 in the 54th minute. Bulleen in front. Minton doing a good job back into play. Oh, missed by Hollingsworth. Couldn't quite trap it. It was one that was a little bit awkward. And again, it's a Bulleen ball just inside their attacking half in front of our commentary position in the grandstand. Taken well by Iramano, now Quigley looking to work her way through, zigzags through a couple of opponents, top of the area. Will she shoot? She does, but she shoots into bodies. Well stopped by Haratzis, then well cleared by Green, but it's all Bulleen at the back. They camp at the halfway mark through Morrison. Through ball, quickly tried to backheel it on, but nothing on the end of it. Tidied up comfortably and doing a wonderful job is Minton. She can hold her head up, playing as a goalkeeper tonight. An injury, a bad shoulder injury last week. And the physical clash with Calder for Erin Hudson. And they've lost their number 2 goalkeeper as well, Karitsakos. So Minton having to do the job tonight. They thought about having Sarah Bailey come in, but she was playing under 19s earlier. A match at South Melbourne 1, beating Bulleen. They've been very strong this year. Beating them here is a great result for South. Now they've got Richardson in possession, but she loses control of it as Lay was a bit lackadaisical in an attack on the ball, but Green's back to try and save the day for South. Goes defensively to Minton, who puts it over the sideline in front of the social club rooms. No, it's still in, is it? No, not for long. And it will be a Bulleen ball. They lead 2-1 in the 55th minute. South 2 points behind Heidelberg going into this match. In the battle for 4th on the table. Top 3 look settled. Bulleen 4 points ahead of Alamein going into this match. Second, trying to cross it was Quigley. Stopped though, good defence by South. And Hollingsworth gets involved. Good through ball to Sakalis. Controls it with 2 opponents around her. Kane being one, Dolzarn being the other. Good ball down the right-hand side to Lay. That's an excellent ball. Richardson has it on the right-hand side. Putting a bit of pressure on her, Edwards. Edwards' goal side. Richardson has to work her way through as a lot of maroon jumpers get back, and then Rabin manages to turn it over. Morrison, a high ball. Just kept alive. Good play, Cernio. Down the right-hand side, Rabin. Quigley on again. A chance for Zafaridis. Does well because Papazanis couldn't control the header, but now a lot of blue shirts get back, and all she can see blue shirts in front of her. Good ball by Friend. Quigley there. Cernio as well. Inside the area. A shot at goal. Kicking into bodies, Rabin. Good defence by South again, but not able to clear it. Richmond back again towards Rabin. She's worried out of it, but again she gets support. Zafaridis again kicks into bodies. Well done, Haritzis. Arriving Richardson does well and goes back to Green. And now they can save the day and set up once more. Try and keep possession of the ball. Richardson has possession. She's down the right-hand side, running after it, Sakalis, but she's offside at the northern end. And Emily Shields has had a relatively quiet start to this half, the goalkeeper, after she let through one early and the woodwork saved her on a couple of occasions. She was beaten when the ball hit the right-hand upright down at the southern end. Could have been down 2-0, but then they got goals back through Quigley in the 28th minute, a penalty, and then a lovely cross by Rabin found Zafaridis on her own in the box for her 8th goal of the season. Bulleen in possession again. Good through ball, Friend. Here's a chance now, Cernio inside the area. And her shot, unfortunately, as she was running out of room on the left-hand side with opponents getting back, trying to wedge her in, is wide. And it remains at 2-1 in the 58th minute. But it is going to be a Bulleen ball because South had last touch. They pass it, not going for the legitimate corner kick. Great header by Morrison. Stopped by South. Again, a good attempt on the left by Quigley. She launched to that, but wonderful play by the goalkeeper, Minton. She reacted to that. Well, that was coming at her at 100 miles an hour and took it with sticky fingers. Well played, Kelsey Minton, in a role she doesn't normally play. She's made some good saves. There's been a couple of balls on target and she's done well there. Now Hollingsworth wins the ball down the left-hand side. She has to try and beat a couple of opponents. She takes on Iramano and beats her. Can she take on Dolzan? She can. Can she shoot? No, she can't. It gets away from her. Couldn't dribble it long enough. Good play, Morrison. Defends. Good backheel pass, Rabin. In possession, Bulleen. In their defensive half, taken by Iramano, and in the end, all blue shirts in front of her. Let's go back and start again. Francesca thinks, and Emily Shields has it at the back. So Morrison with those long socks going well over the knee roll down the left-hand side. Edwards almost brought down. In fact, she was brought down. It's a late call. It was a clumsy challenge by Richardson. And again, the set-piece player, the spot kicker, takes it and plays on with no one putting pressure on her, trying to sag off. That was Dole's arm, but she turns it over badly to Aritzis inside the defensive half. Now to Richmond. Kicks into bodies in the form of Friend and Quigley. Wrong people to kick it into. They're so classy with the ball, but they can't control it, Bulleen. And vacuuming it at the back. She's been a star tonight. Minton. But it's headed down again by Edwards. Back inside the attacking half. Only as far as Richmond, though, for South, one of their defenders. She slides it wide to Richardson. Richardson now to Lay. Lay a through ball. Trying to get on the end of it. Martineau, she's offside. And Shields comes outside the penalty area. Takes her on. But the call comes. And we had that earlier where Shields overcorrected herself and Martineau got it over her. Down at the southern end to set up the first goal of the match in the 13th minute. 2-1 in the 60th minute. Bulleen's way. 1-1 in the two previous encounters for both teams as far as victories are concerned this year. Through ball by Dole's arm, but at the back is Green. And in the end, Cernio makes her work hard for that as she has to get it back quickly to Minton. South have it through Lay. Cindy Lay does well to get it wide on the right-hand side. Looks for Green. Green puts it over the sideline. So Cindy Lay doing well there, but just not getting enough support. And the one-man cheer squad also not getting a lot of support, but still having a lovely time trying to urge his team on as they're down 2-1. We're in the 61st minute. Long free kick comes in, but Minson attacks it hard. She dropped it in the penalty area, but got it on the second attempt. Crumbed it nicely, but unfortunately the kick was a little bit too fierce. Some of her kicking out hasn't been outstanding, and Hollingsworth wasn't able to take it. As a change is about to be made, it looks like Quigley might be coming off. It's an interesting move. She has scored a goal tonight. She scored 6 in the past 3 weeks and 20 for the season. And the player coming on.
Bulleen lines coming off number 10, Rachel Quigley. Being replaced by number 9, Leah Fratelli.
And it's good to have Leah coming on, needing an opportunity. Leah Privatelli, who, of course, has had a lot of injuries and Achilles this year. She played 15 minutes last week, getting about 30 tonight, so doubling her time. As Rabin has it now from the throw-in. Rabin will look to shoot. Beats Hollingsworth, but well played by Richmond. Comes across her path and wins it back for South. Now to Cindy Lay. Lay in the middle of the park. Goes out the right-hand side. Looking for Richardson on her own. Met by Edwards. Richardson wants to be goal side where Edwards is at the moment. Gets inside the penalty area. Good counter-attacking by South, but Edwards does well to win it. Just willed herself in the contest. Olivia Edwards puts it over the sideline and saves the day on the counter-attack for Bulleen, who lead 2-1. Long ball comes in from Richardson. That was a massive attempt from the right-hand side, and it had no chance of making the right connection over the byline. And it's 2-1. As we're on the 63rd minute. And Emily Shields, after a month off, goes long, almost to halfway. Headed down cleverly by Friend. Controlled by Rabin. Through ball now. Cernio's there, but goal side is Green, the defender. Cernio tucked in, left-hand corner of the penalty area. Looks to control it. Tries to get it back towards Rabin. She wins it now. Takes them on. She's a classy player. We know that. Helping out Privatelli now. Privatelli turns on the thrippence, but kicks into bodies. Good play by Papazanis. The youngster does well to try and control it. Keep it at a team's advantage. Gets it to Lay. Lay has it now. Lay down the left-hand side. She's brought down Cindy Lay. She's been terrific tonight, and she wins a free kick. It was all her good work on that occasion. And Jamie Pollock will take the free kick right on halfway for South. Chasing the game now down 2-1 as we're in the 64th minute. Lots of time left though for the team in blue. Pollock will go long to the right-hand side, but it's not a good ball. Straight to Caitlin Friend, who traps it cleverly and finds Cernio, who does well to have Green overcommit. Down the left-hand side to Privatelli with her pace and getting plenty of game time today. 30 minutes in this half, and she beats a couple of opponents, including Aritzis. Gets into the box now. It goes across the face, coming in late. Rabin gets again an opportunity, but it sails along the ground, across the face, and goes over the byline. But they were living dangerously, South Melbourne, as she burst down the right-hand side. Margot Rabin had a shot, but it wasn't on target. 2-1 in the 65th minute. Privatelli will give them the run that they need. Bulleen, another experienced player coming back for them. Pushed on by Sakalis, but the defence, after being a bit ordinary in the first 20 minutes or so for Bulleen, has again found its orderly fashion and its right manner to play and right positions. And communication is probably the best word. Haritzis will stop it though as Bulleen gets it inside the attacking half on the edge of the area, but only as far as Kane, who's so solid. And as is Morrison again, just sagging back a bit, reading it well to the right-hand side, getting back, a chance for Zafaridis, but good defence by South and also goalkeeper Minton. Papazanis towards Hollingsworth, who was caught behind. Good play, Romano. Three opponents around her, controls to her own advantage. Back to Rabin. Rabin takes the pace off it in the road. Haritzis drops it down to the bootlaces of Cindy Lay. Cindy Lay takes on Zafaridis. She's pretty quick, Lay. Good through ball. Looking now for Sakalis to run onto it. Controls it now as the defenders get back for Bulleen. Sakalis lobs inside the penalty area, but Shields comes out, elects to come out and dive on the ball and stop a possible goal for South Melbourne. 2-1. Well played, Emily Shields. She's got better the longer the match has gone on. Getting a touch back. Knowing when to go and when not to go. Good ball to Kane, the top of the area. Now she's outside the area. Confronted by Lay, who's been outstanding for South tonight. Down the left-hand side, Morrison. Missed by Kane. Couldn't be taken. Pollock will clean up at the back for South in the defensive half and the attacking half to Hollingsworth. The two Americans combine well with the Canadian, now Australian in Martineau. And down the right-hand side, ball travels along the carpet and over the byline. Goal kick for Bulleen. There go the drums. As Emily Shields looking for players to move for her. They're a little bit stationary. Issuing instructions. She'll drive it long. It's low and flat. Arriving late. Pollock got a head on it, but it goes the wrong way as far as she's concerned. Richmond is there looking to control it. Rabin working hard with her. And going down was Rabin, and Richmond gets a yellow card. Gee, I think he's a bit unlucky. There wasn't a lot in that. Rabin always tends to make it a little bit worse than it actually is, as I say, in the matches I've seen her play this year. We know she's a classy player, the French import. So it's going to be, you should really give a warning, not a yellow card. So it'll go to Bulleen inside the defensive half, taken by Dolzan. She sort of miskicks that, but read nicely by Rabin, but meeting her Pollock. Good physical contest. Kane, though, wins it. Always at the right place, Sarah Kane. Edwards inside the penalty area. A chance there. Can't quite control it. Bulleen taken away again. Good work by Martineau. Tries to get it out towards Sakalis, who loses their footing, and then tries a scissor kick on the ground. That was a party trick by Sakalis. How clever was that? So it's going to be a Bulleen free kick. It's a good attempt by Sakalis then. Comes out to Morrison, receiving from Dolzan, the little back heel, but then she runs out of room and it's over the byline. So 69th minute. 2-1. Long ball comes out from Minton. Controlled by Martineau, but no one there for her team. Friend is there for Bulleen. Kicks into bodies a bit, but well controlled here by Rabin. Here's a chance for Zafaridis. Gets it past the goalkeeper in the box. Lovely sliding ball into the far corner, the left-hand corner. 3-1 for Bulleen Lions, and a brace tonight for Kelsey Zafaridis. Again, a lovely through ball. She was on her own. The defenders were caught napping. Bulleen right on top now as we approach the 70th minute. Great goal, Zafaridis. 9th goal of the season. Not much Minton can do about that. The defenders weren't able to control it further up the ground. And she was onside, Zafaridis, and she scores. So Sakalis really chasing the game now, South. Under pressure, takes on Kane. Good through ball. Here's an opportunity, Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth kicks straight into Shields, who was camped on the right-hand side, protecting the right-hand upright, and she's able to clear it comfortably to Iramano. Defenders all in sync now for Bulleen, as I say, after a slow start in the defensive half. Dolzan receives from Zafaridis, the goal scorer on 2 occasions tonight, and taken by the baby-faced teenager, Papazanis, doing a wonderful job. Gets it down to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth back to Papazanis. Kicks into the body of Privatelli. He's come on, recovering from that ankle injury. Mind you, all the girls are young to me. I'm an old man. Here's Papazanis. Clears the intended target, Martineau. She had 4 on her. There's not much she could do there. And the maroon shirts control it beautifully at the back, led by Iramano, particularly Dolzan, who touches it to Shields. Now to Kane. Martineau keeping her on her, so she goes back to Shields. Back to Kane again on the top of the area. Now she'll run out of defence. No one putting pressure on her until Lay arrives late. Lobs it cleverly. Saw Edwards at the corner of her eye. Heads down the left-hand side. Through ball, good to Friend. Friend another through ball. Stopped at the back though. Good defence by South. Pollock, who's been pretty good tonight too. Then Rabin's there again. Gets the ball once more towards Friend. Friend runs out of a little bit of room. Green trying to do her best to tackle and win the ball for South. She does. But again, it goes over the sideline. Bulleen's ball deep into attack on the social club room side. So Jamie Pollock having to play deeper defence than she normally would, with Leah Varley out of the side tonight. She normally plays down back and does a great job for such a young player. Good lobbing ball by Bulleen again. Heads across the right-hand side as the header came out from South Melbourne, but they couldn't clear the area very much, as Zafaridis does well, pushing and shoving with Papazanis, who made a really good contest there, making it hard for Zafaridis to get any clean ball. And Zafaridis was the one that put it over the byline. So well played by Papazanis of South Melbourne to ensure her team wins possession. And the goalkeeper, Minton, who I think has done a pretty good job when you consider it's not a role that she normally plays, having scored 15 goals, the leading goal scorer for the Blue and Whites. Long ball to almost halfway. Getting a header on it, and then a big smile from Francesca Iramano. Big smile, as Mel Gibson would say in lethal weapon. Back into play. Papazanis. Rabin. Defensive ball. Zafaridis was held, and it will be a Bulleen ball right in front of our commentary position. Jamie Pollock telling her girls to get back. It's a free kick, and it'll be taken by Emily Dolzahn, who started the year playing up front, scored 6 goals, but has been a defender for the last 12 weeks, and with Natali away, playing in a right defensive role. It's turned over by Pollock at halfway. Now to Hollingsworth, approaching a late Privatelli, who's very, very quick. Gee, she's quick, and they'll be wrapped Bulleen to have her back. She came from nowhere, the hair, Privatelli, and we know how quick Hollingsworth is. Puts it over the sideline inside the attacking half South's ball. But going back as there's nothing on offer in front of her, Papazanis to Pollock in the defensive half to Haritzis. Haritzis again looking to control it, beats Cernio and does well. Out the right-hand side and Green. Down 3-1 South. Time running out for them. Ball close to the sideline. Through ball again. Couldn't find a target, Lay, but now it gets back towards Richmond. And Lay running out of room. With her is Edwards. What can she do here? Edwards is right with her. Gets a little pass now to Richardson. Richardson at the top of the area. Had it turned over again. Rabin kicks into bodies. Does well to get it back. Has numbers helping her out. Iramano on the right-hand side. Terrible ball to her teammate Zafaridis. Turned over cleverly by Sakalis. Out to the left-hand side to Hollingsworth, who looks to lob it, but lobs it off the side of the boot. She wanted to square that up into a dangerous location in the box, but it's over the sideline. That ball's gone into the ether, I think, into the bushes, into the forests at the northern end of David Bardo Stadium at Bulleen. And the home team, after conceding the first goal lead 3-1, having a very productive last 5 weeks, conceding just 1 goal and scoring 21. I know that they've been wanting to score more goals and starting to do it now. 78 for the season. They've conceded 15. Back into play, Shields, right on halfway, and then going back with her pass. Zafaridis to Dolzahn. She looks ahead and can only see the pint-sized body of Papazanis in front of her, so she elects to retreat to Shields. Couldn't be controlled by Sakalis. She tried to keep it inside the attacking half of South. Now Bulleen bring it back inside their attacking half. Cernio's there, under some pressure. Has to go back, arriving late Kane. Always at a length support, but kicks into bodies. Turnover by South in the attacking half. They look to build now through Lay. Lay on a searching run, but her pass is not good enough. Morrison read it to a nicety, wins it back for Bulleen and gets it back again. Through ball, offside by a long way is Privatelli. And well seen earlier by the sideline eye. And it will be a South ball inside their attacking half. 3-1 in the 76th minute. It's going to be a change. Olivia Edwards coming off. Friscalzo, the first game of the season, comes on. Claudia Friscalzo. They make another change. Melanie Camilleri comes on to replace Tessa Cernio. And Camilleri scored her first goal for 5 weeks last week, scored 17 for the season. Fruscicarlo is going to play in defence as trying to get a through ball. Martineau. Here's Hollingsworth, well played, coming across her path to make an effective challenge is Fruscicarlo. And in the end, Hollingsworth had the last touch, but Fruscicarlo ensured that she couldn't get a decent kick on that to put some pressure on Shields deep in the box. So it will be a goal kick. It's a nice first possession or first involvement for Claudia Fruscicarlo in her first match for the season for Bulleen. Shields passes, the edge of the area. Dolzahn. Taken by Fruscicarlo, but she turns it over at halfway from Rabin. Papazanis Hollingsworth controls. Frusha Carlo's with her. She's on goal side. Hollingsworth has to work her way through, and she does. Looks to control her, but opponents around her left, right and centre. Back to Richmond. That's not a good ball by Richmond. Controlled at the back, just outside the area by Friend. And now she gives it to Dalzahn, who retreats to Shield, who'll head out to the right-hand side with Bulleen leading 3-1. And they're in possession again, the Lions. And the quick movement of Iramano running a long, long way and controlling the ball and well inside the attacking half. A little ball from Camilleri, couldn't quite find her teammate Rabin. That was a terrific run by Iramano, but in the end they didn't quite make as much of that as they should have, Bulleen, but they turn it over at the back again, an attempted through ball from South. Well done, Morrison, down the left-hand side. Can't track it, Camilleri, almost taken over the sideline by South. It is in front of the social club rooms and the South Melbourne coaches dugout. Bulleen leading 3-1 as we are into the 79th minute. Good ball again by Privatelli and Kane. Arriving late was Camilleri, and now it's won comfortably by South. Good ball by Pollock out to the right-hand side. Jessica Tay's been very good tonight. Almost I should say, Cindy Lay's been very good tonight. Jessica Tay plays for another team. I'll get it right eventually. Turned over. Here's Morrison. Morrison has it, and she does very well to allow Shields to get it unimpeded as Cindy Lay was right behind her and was putting a little bit of pressure on her. But good heady stuff by Morrison. Long ball towards halfway. Bouncing ball. Here's Privatelli again, but Green's with her as well. And it's put over the byline. So 3-1 the lead. Yes, Peter Piper picks a pickle. Cindy Lay plays for South Melbourne, Jessica Tay for Alamein. Apologise to the Lay family if I've got the name wrong. So it will be a Bulleen ball. There haven't been a lot of corners tonight. Bulleen have certainly had more when there have been. 3-1 in the 80th minute. It's a low corner kick, cleared by the South Melbourne defence, and they put it over the sideline on the social club room side of the David Bardo Stadium. And a Bulleen ball again inside their attacking half. Back to Privatelli, two opponents to contend with. And again, it's over the sideline. Once again, Bulleen's ball. Certainly monopolised possession after South had a fair portion of it in the first 20 minutes and led 1-0. And Bulleen got their game going. Their defenders just weren't quite controlling the play. Here they have a chance at the top of the area, but cleared again. Good play by South to get it away from the danger zone. Richardson just launches into it. It ends up over the sideline, but means Bulleen have to work again to get it back inside the penalty area. Good play by Frusha Carlo. Got it down towards Dalzahn. Again back over the sideline against Hollingsworth. And Frusha Carlo down the right-hand side. It's very close to the byline. Good defence by South Melbourne. Two players there, but I really thought that Zafaritas worked very, very hard to make a good contest for Bulleen, and somehow they win the corner, even though she had two opponents putting pressure on her, and Papzanis and also Pollock. Frusha Carlo having a very good conversation with Dalzahn. He'll take this corner kick again. She could go to Frusha Carlo if she wants to, and she will go to her. And she hesitates a little bit, balloons it nicely. It's a beautiful ball, but well taken, well read in the box. Almost got past her. She had to lean back a little bit in taking that, as you can see on the screen, Minton. But it was a terrific idea by Bulleen to get the pass to Frusha Carlo, who was on her own, and then she drove it long from outside the penalty area. South now have it as they approach halfway, down 3-1. Sakalas, who's drifted out of the game. Friend approaches her, runs into her. The ref doesn't give the free kick, even though I thought Friend might have impeded with Sakalas on that occasion, pushing her in the front. But the ref lets it go. Hollingsworth back now to Pollock. Pollock lobbing it down the left-hand side. Frushkalzo does well with a nice header. She's been pretty good since coming on. A couple of nice little touches and nearly a goal as the team leads 3-1 in the 83rd minute. As South get ready to make a change. Paraki will come on. And Sakalis will come off. So Irene Paraki getting a run, number 34. Papatzanis in possession. Hollingsworth saying, give it to me, but it's pretty hard to give it to her when you've got Zafaridis hanging all over you, but she's good enough to win it, but then Kane just comes across her path. Coolly and calmly, as usual, wins it. Nice little ball towards Rabin now, with defenders sagging back. Gets it out wide towards Privatelli. Privatelli will cut inside, but wrong option, as Lay got a little boot on that. Cindy Lay does well to get it to Friend, though, for Bulleen. Goes back again. Good defence by Dolzan. Back to Friend. Friend had Richmond looking right at her and couldn't control it properly. Lays there again in the defensive half for South Melbourne. Down 3-1 after scoring the first goal. Good play by Richardson. She was brought down. I thought brought down a bit unfairly, but the ref let it go. Taken by Morrison, but kicks into bodies. Martineau's there, who's had a pretty good run tonight. That would be a great positive for South Melbourne. One of their star players in the third game back from that long-term knee injury. And she did score the first goal tonight for South, but they've conceded the next three, and it's going to be hard from here, but not a lot of time left in the 84th minute, down 3-1. Looks like they'll still be 2 points behind Heidelberg, as we have 6 matches left for South, 7 for Heidelberg. In the battle for fourth spot, the top three certainly secure. You think Calder will win the Premier's Plate, as Emily Shields, they go backwards, Bulleen. They still have possession through Iramano inside the defensive half. Iramano under some pressure, but slides it cleverly to Kane. Kane has Frushkalzo calling for it. Good through ball this time, but unfortunately it couldn't be controlled properly by Camilleri, and she goes to ground and South win the ball back. Hollingsworth, through ball. Under pressure in the orange boots. Well played, Paraki. Gets through the legs of Kane. Good ball to Lay. Lay now to Martineau. Back to Lay. Lay will have to try and slide it wide. She does. Can they try and cross this one in the box? They do. They attempt to, but all it does is hit the side netting, and it's going to be taken as a goal kick by Emily Shields. It was a good attempt down that right-hand side. The idea was there, but not quite the execution. Sarah Richardson. 3-1, Bulleen leading in the 86th minute. So Privatelli getting a decent run tonight. His second run coming back from a knee injury, and Frushkalzo, first game this year, showing a bit as well. Headed down, Richardson's gone down, and she seems to have hurt herself. She managed to get the header out as Haritzis finds Hollingsworth, who lobs the ball to an onside Lay, who's at the top of the penalty area. She needs to shoot, she does. But again, good defence by Iramano, forced her not to play the ball where she wanted to play it, and controlling the right-hand side is Shields, as there is a South Melbourne player down on the far side. We'll have to get some treatment. Looks like Sarah Richardson. And she looks to be in a fair bit of pain. It's been a very good second half by the goalkeeper, Emily Shields. I know she conceded one early, but she's found her range. She's found her mojo, as of the defenders, after they just looked a little bit out of sorts. No Alexandra Natoli there tonight. She normally combines brilliantly with Morrison, having a couple of weeks off. She's due back next week. And they've still got Christina Hall, hoping to have her back after her trip to America, her homeland. Although she is a naturalised Australian now, her partner was one of the referees at the World Cup, and she's been gone now for the best part of 2.5 months. So she'll probably slot back into this team, but obviously we'll need time as a sub, a bit like Leah Privatelli's had in the last couple, whether she has another one remains to be seen. And South have got to get Erin Hudson back. I don't know how serious that shoulder injury is, but didn't seem good speaking to their coach before the match. Although I reckon Kelsey Minton hasn't done a bad job as a goalkeeper, but they're robbing Peter to pay Paul a bit, South, because she's one of their key strikers as well, having scored 15 times this year, leading the goal-kicking tally. Although Martineau's come back and playing that role up front tonight and been pretty good. And Leah Varley not there either, who we know is a very good defender for someone so young. There's plenty of promise with the South Melbourne team with so many teenagers involved. But after winning the Premier's Plate last year, I would have thought nothing less than finals. They had to make the finals. Or anything less than finals would be seen as a disappointment. So Shields will start it again. As we had a fair break there with the injury concern. Rolling ball. Rabin misses it at the back. Footed back inside the attacking half for South Melbourne by Papsanis. And the player is offside. Richardson has recovered, was trying to get in a position to take it on the right-hand side from a switch. If Martineau or fellow teammates around her could get it to her, despite having a few opponents to contend with. And it will be a free going the way of Bulleen. Kayla Morrison, long ball down the right-hand side. Frushkalzo. She wants to get goal side. She can't. She kicks into the body of Papazanis, who just puts it over the sideline. It was almost going out for a corner. Frushkalzo again to the top of the penalty area. Gets a second crack at it. Kane's there, controls it nicely. Pushes Paraki off it, but the defenders control it. Pollock to Richmond, but she turns it over badly to Iramano down the left-hand side. Good ball to Camilleri, looks to shoot, but kicks into the big body of Haratzis, who puts it over the sideline. Good defence by South. They got players back right on the edge of the penalty area to ensure that it was going to be hard for Bulleen to pick their way through the maze and the number of blue shirts that existed in that area. Throw down the left-hand side over the sideline. So closing stages of this match. We approach the 90th minute. Bulleen are going to win again. After losing 2 in a row to Alamein and Calder, it'll be 5 in a row for the FC Bulleen Lions, the reigning champs, who tend to know when to find form, peak at the right time. They were pretty good against Calder that night. They gave away a silly penalty when they were 2-1 down after they conceded 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. And then Catherine Zimmerman put it beyond doubt with a long-range goal after Bulleen had got it back to 3-2 in the second half to make it 4-2. So you look at that and say they're a bit unlucky. They didn't get a bit closer. Lobbing ball, corner kick towards the box, and then it's headed down but comfortably taken in the heart of the goal by Kelsey Minton, who, as I said, has been pretty good tonight, but a turnover against Richmond. Here's a chance for Bulleen inside the attacking half. They couldn't get enough foot on it. That was Dolzan. Good defence. Martineau has it now. Counter-attack play by Hollingsworth down the left-hand side. Frushkalzo's with her. She's goal side Frushkalzo. Hollingsworth looking to run inside. She does, and she shoots, but misses by a fair way the left-hand side and also well over the crossbar. She'd have been off target a lot tonight, South, especially in the second half. And that was good play by Hollingsworth. Frushkalzo kept her honest for a long way inside the attacking half down the left-hand side at the northern end, as you can see on the screen, but she was clever enough to come inside and get on goal side. So we're into injury time now. Second minute of injury time. 3-1. Bulleen are going to win. Well played by Pollock to head it down, keep it inside the attacking half from the kick in from Shields. Now Iramano's there. Left foot pass looking for Privatelli, who isn't able to keep it alive. And Green will take the resultant throw in for South. Right on halfway. Green back inside the attacking half. Not taken, unfortunately, by Martineau. Turnover again by Bulleen's Kane. Just as she had Paraki ready to take it from her, she controlled the ball and gets it out the left-hand side with a lovely switch to Privatelli. 2 opponents arrive to meet her. Richardson's there, so she goes backwards now to Iramano, who's been terrific tonight. Try to get it to Privatelli, not awake to it. Green is for South Melbourne. Now Martineau, back to Shelby Green, one of the pickups from Bayside a few weeks ago. Stopped it halfway, attacking it hard, Iramano. Inside the attacking half for Bulleen. And now Richmond wins it back for South Melbourne. Richardson down the right-hand side will be cleared at the back by backtracking Shields. 3-1. Closing stages of this match. Big win coming up for Bulleen. They'll stay in second spot with 5 rounds left before the finals. Calder, look odds on though, to get the Premier's plate. As South have to go back with their passing. Hurried pass by Pollock. Kane arrives late, just gets a little boot on it, as she so often does. Frisch Carlzo has been good since coming on down the right-hand side, staying on side, and the ball, though, goes out, unfortunately, for Bulleen and Zafaridis. Throw in. Hollingsworth. Frisch Carlzo over the sideline. Some of the options by throwing the ball to Hollingsworth in the second half in front of our commentary position when she's always had an opponent on her hasn't really worked for South, and that's the end of it. A good win for Bulleen. They were in trouble early after an early goal from Natalie Martineau, where Emily Shields overcorrected herself and left the goal open, and Martineau got it past her comfortably. That was in the 13th minute, but then a penalty to Rachel Quigley, and she converted in the 28th, and then a lovely cross ball in the 38th minute from Margot Rabin. In the right-hand side, in the box, was put away by Zafaridis, who scored again as she careered down the right-hand side in the second half after the score was 2-1 at half-time. A good win for Bulleen. They're 5th in a row. They've won 3-1. South still in 5th position. They've got a game in hand as far as Bulleen's concerned. They've played 22, Bulleen. South have played 21, and they'll play that match, that make-up match, against Heidelberg in a month. Heidelberg are in 4th position, and they've played 2 less matches because of their sodden pitch at Heidelberg last month, which saw a couple of games cancelled, including a match against South Melbourne. So a good win tonight. Well done to Bulleen, scoring the last 3 goals after conceding the first. They've won 3-1. Thanks for your company. More football in the Women's and Men's Premier League for Football Victoria next week.